I don't know if any of this is actually, you know. But hey, Sid. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not unhappy with Gale being the final boss. I don't know what I would have been happy with being the final boss, you know? I mean, if it popped up Furtive Pygmy, like, that would have been cool, but I feel like that also would have been on the nose. I also feel like they're there, it's just, this is somebody who just went and killed all of the Pygmies, so he's, like, that much worse.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know him, like, it's just the gravity of what he's doing.
But also you've been following him for a while.
Yeah, right. That's the other thing to me, is that even if he just got introduced with the DLCs, I think that the DLCs kind of want to be their own self-contained storyline, while also giving a little extra depth to the main story stuff. So, in that sense, I'm not overly sad. In terms of just his general design, I'm actually really happy with how he fights. This is a more, I think, satisfying final boss than Soul of Cinder. And Soul of Cinder, to me, in plot context, I think he works as, like, the finale still. I feel like this outperforms Soul of Cinder without outshining him. So, I think that's... I can appreciate that. I feel like it's respectful to the base game while still trying to give you a little something more. Is it like the perfect farewell to Dark Souls? I don't know, but I think that the base ending to Dark Souls was also kind of a nice farewell to Dark Souls.
You know, on second, like, you know, like kind of looking at his cape again, another way that I kind of see it is it almost looks like diseased.
Yeah.
Like boils almost, kind of.
Yeah, he looks kind of hunchbacked, and
like
it ends in like all these like decayed tendrils.
Yeah, and it's like the decay of man. Well,
the decay of I got a couple corpses stuck in my cape.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's making everything kind of gross.
I just think it's I don't know. I know I've never finished Dark Souls 1, and I mean, I
You dirty hollow.
I know, I am
I'm
a
kidding.
dirty hollow. Multiple times over. And you know, it's like... I know... You know, I have tried multiple times to get through. It's just, it's so hard, and with like...
Oh, hold on.
Is this the blood? The blood of the dark soul.
My god.
Love it. 10
I'm
out of 10.
two-handing now.
But like, you know, I'm not...
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm guessing this is a 3-stage.
With how much health he lost, it just might be. Oh my god.
But, do you want me to continue with my anecdote?
Yeah, please.
Like, obviously, this is a game known for being really difficult, and if it weren't for the fact that I have a lot of stuff going on right now, I probably would sit down and really work towards finishing it. It's just, like...
It's an investment.
It's an investment, and also it's like, I think I've mentioned this to you before, like, there, for example, are a couple of games and a couple of movies I will replay and rewatch over and over and over and over again.
Because it's, like, comforting.
Because it's comforting, and I've explained this to you, like, you know, because you've asked me before, how can you watch like Road to El Dorado that many times? You know.
I would watch The Thing over and over again. I don't know why horror movies were my comforting movies, but
But yeah, it's something that I do in order to kind of make myself feel better. And like for a while, I didn't play Undertale because I paused at playing Undertale because even though it was such a good game and I was really enjoying it at the time, I was, you know, in such a fragile state of mind with my anxiety and my depression at the time that the newness of it and not knowing what to expect was almost too hard for me to take.
yeah.
And so with everything going on right now, I don't want to necessarily take on Dark Souls,
Yeah.
though I would like to at least do Dark Souls 1. But anyway, the point is even though I've never finished the game, I still admire the beauty of this game.
Yeah.
It is so... I mean, does it make the best decisions story-wise? Probably not, like, 100% of the time.
I just think calling the story lazy or all that sort of thing, I'd say it's anything but lazy, maybe inconsistent. I would say that's a fair... Oh my god. That's a fair criticism. Like, it doesn't always keep to everything it sort of builds up or promises. But
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, the soundtrack is just gorgeous. The variety of styles that you get, like fighting styles that you get with each boss.
I have several arrows in my head.
Yes.
Or one in my head, one in my hand.
You know, just each boss has its own identity. You know, there are a lot of times where, you know, you play a game and it just feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again. And for something like Harvest Moon, for example, where you're like, you know, planting or watering crops or whatever, you know, that's part of it. And that's like, okay, I'm getting into a routine, or like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But when you're fighting the same boss over and over again, like for example, you dying a lot, or if you're playing like Binding of Isaac, where you see like a lot of the same bosses over and over again, they need to be memorable and they need to be fun and they need to be different.
Yeah.
Because if you fought against the 7 Deadly Sins in Binding of Isaac and all of them were exactly the same,
Yeah.
that would just be ridiculous.
It would.
And it just, every character is made and composed so beautifully in this, and it's just crazy. But anyway, my rambling is over.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I just talked in circles for like, probably like 5 minutes.
No, it's cool. I will certainly be there with open arms when you decide to play Dark Souls.